Hello, everybody. Today I'm here with another Disney Heroes Battle Mode hero concept, and today I've created Scratch and Molly McGee from the Ghost and Molly McGee. So, let's take a closer look at them. This is my first creation of Season 4, I suppose. And since Juan did so well on guessing all the previous characters that I did, I decided to let him choose a character he wanted, and he picked Scratch and Molly McGee, which is very smart on his end, I would say, because he got a duo out of it. He got two characters. So, but they're a very recent animated TV show character, I guess characters, that are from a pretty good show. I like it. I think I like Big City Greens more. It's just like a more casual, non-story based show. But I still like the show, and I really like Scratch. I also really like how he turned out here. I think he looks really good, but he's pretty simple, so it wasn't too hard. You can probably hear my cat meowing in the background. He's being annoying. But then we also have Molly, who I just don't think turned out as good as Scratch. I'm still unsure of what exactly about her I dislike. It could be because the lines aren't black as I usually do them. I decided to go with the style of the show and color them. And the hair already had some detailing in it, so I thought that it was alright. Plus, it was a whole two characters, so I figured this was probably good enough anyways. But yeah, I overall like how it looks for the most part. Something about Molly seems a little bit off. Maybe the lighting I did was a little weird too, because I feel like the hair almost is throwing me off a little bit, like that line on the side of her hair. But everything with Scratch I think turned out really well, and I also think it captures her personality really nicely, where Scratch is just like avoiding eye contact, he's upset, and Molly is still happy regardless of that, and glad to see that Scratch is with her. So overall, it looks really nice, and I'm glad to have done them, you know. I probably wouldn't have done them if Juan didn't suggest it to me, so I hope you guys enjoy that and are thankful to Juan for suggesting it. But without further ado, I suppose we will start going through each of the skills I thought of for them. So the first one was just based on this animation, so I was like, that could work pretty well for a skill. Molly has the ability to call Scratch to her whenever she wants, and the first time she does it, he comes flying at her, and they both get launched into the back of her room. So I feel like that could work in a battle where either he gets pulled into the enemies, or even he goes past the enemies and they gets pulled back into them. So either way, I guess one of them has to be on the other side of the enemies, and then they get pulled to them, and then they just deal damage to the enemies. The next one is just like a compilation of them hugging, since they do it so often in the show. I don't know, it would probably be some sort of stat boost. I imagine Molly would be much more support based, and then Scratch would do all the attacking. And them hugging could just be like a heal, or I think a buff might even make more sense. I'm not completely sure, but the next one is in the same vein of that. Molly's always being positive in every situation, so I imagine she would just get super prideful or super happy, and then they would gain a buff of some kind. Maybe it's random, maybe it's some defense, who knows. Anything could really work in that situation, whatever they feel is necessary. But that's such a huge trait that Molly has that I feel like it should get represented in some way, and they typically like to just do one that's completely stat-based in a character's skill set. So finally, I just have this compilation of Scratch eating, since that's basically his main attribute. It's hard to find an episode of the show where he isn't eating just a copious amount of junk food. So whatever the way they can incorporate that, whether they heal whenever he eats, or he actually just straight up eats an enemy and then like spits him back out or something, anything like that I think could work pretty well, but he definitely needs to eat something in their moveset. So now we come to the skills, which I realized as soon as I hit the record button that I hadn't, sorry, not the skills, the friendships. that I didn't realize or think about who the friendships were going to be. So any other friendship of TV show characters, you know, Anne or Sprig from my personal concepts would work really well, or Luz especially. I'm blanking. I feel like maybe Ron and Rufus would make sense, just because they're almost a duo. You know, Rufus is part of Ron's moveset, and they're kind of a duo as well. Maybe like, who has a similar sort of dynamic between the two of them? Because I was thinking Timon and Pumbaa, but they don't really have the same personalities. I guess it wouldn't have to be a duo either. There are no ghosts in the game. All the princesses I'm sure Molly would get along with very well. I don't know, I'd be curious to hear what you guys come up with, because I'm not going to come up with anything better than what I've already said. So let me know who you think, and I'll definitely agree with you in the comments if it makes sense. But yeah, that was the first concept of Season 4. I'm also thinking I'm going to switch back and forth between the Marvel Heroes battle mode and this series, so the next one after this will be a Marvel character. But as I mentioned before, this will not be a weekly thing. This will be pretty sporadic. Whenever I finish one, will probably when I release it. I just finished this one like last week, and I started working on the Marvel one, but those can be a lot more detailed, so it's probably going to take me a while. But I hope you're excited for it, and also excited for more Disney hero concepts, because I'll be doing those too. So let me know what other heroes from the Disney series you want to see, not just the Marvel stuff, but I am looking for that too, if you want to suggest that as well. But yeah, I really have no ideas right now for the Disney Heroes Battle Mode stuff, so now is the time to suggest it, because I am almost definitely going to pick a character from the comment sections of this video. So now is the time to suggest a character that you want to see for sure. But anyways, thank you guys for watching. I hope you enjoyed it, and I will see you soon. Goodbye.